How's it, pilots? What we're going to do this week is rebuild my NewBeeDrone Mockingbird. I've been flying this for a few months, and it's been a fun little drone. I could take this thing anywhere. But I finally burned out the motors. Thought I'd try and fix it up. And, well, had a bad motor sent to me, and it burned up some stuff. And so I'm going to rebuild a brand new one. Kyle over at NewBeeDrone hooked me up, let me tell you. So we're going to do a couple things. We're going to build one from scratch. I'm going to show you guys how to build one from scratch, like I said. And but this time, instead of the version 3 like is sold, we're going to do the version 4. We're going to do the full upgrade from Mockingbird with their newest programming, newer Betaflight, everything. I'm going to show you guys how to do it all. So without any further ado, let's get to it. So here we got the stock packaging of my Mockingbird, and it's a nice little setup. Get this cool little case, get your power cord, and I can keep my charger in it, my Mockingbird, and you can keep up to 12 batteries in it. I even keep my props in it, spare props. These new Venom props, they break easy compared to the stock little blue ones, as you see on here. I originally put Plaid motors on it, and the Venom props, and took this out for a flight, and one of the motors here's the motors I did have on it, and one of them, I don't know, you could see it when I first put it together in the last video that I did. I never did post it because it's something just wasn't right from the very beginning, but one of the motors wasn't spinning very easily and just wasn't working correctly. And what ultimately happened after my 10th pack is it burned up all the motors. The thing was flying so bad it wouldn't even get off the ground. And so I contacted Kyle over there at NewBeeDrone, and was like, dude, I love this thing. It's down for the count, and originally I had a crack in the frame. You could see, let's see, get that in focus. You can see where it's cracked right up front there. I had that crack. I had the original gold motors that is currently back on there again. And I was like, what the heck, man? I flew the thing. I didn't even last 10 packs. I put my old motors on it with the old props and everything on there, and it was flying again, something with the motors. And he's like, these guys, they have great customer service over there. If something's not right with a product, they will make it right for you. I couldn't believe the kind of service they were giving me and how fast and responsive they were. You basically go to their customer service email on their website, and they get back in touch with you quick. Most of the time, Kyle was answering me back within a couple hours. They try to do it within 24, but they're quick, they're on it, and they want to make sure they sell a good product. So this white packaging, sorry about the color changes. And let's see, these guys told me they were hooking me up. So I got the new prop tool. The props, those Venom props, they clamp on. It's nothing like the Gem Fam props where they just slip on and off. Those Venom ones, I cannot believe the amount of tension they put on those shafts. They will not let go. So I was like, man, I need me one of these, and help get this thing off before I start bending shafts. Got some stickers for NewBeeDrone. Be proud to show them off. A few different sticker packs here. Hooked me up with some Venom props. There are a couple sets of them. Not just one, but 3 frames. I got 3 frames here, so I'm constantly going through them. I got the stock looking frames. They're the kind of translucent black, the same thing that comes on the Mockingbird. It's a cool black, you know, it's like a charcoal grayish black, you know, I don't know exactly how to describe that, but I got 3 more frames, but I'm going to try something different this time and see if I can get a little bit more life out of them. Got me another set of the Plaid motors. See if I can. Another set of the Plaid motors right there. And another hardware kit. These little clear rubber. Here, let's see, where's my Mockingbird? They hold on to wires here. And I'm telling you, they get lost. If you fly it hard, or you got some cats, you got some, you'll always turn up missing. And let's see, they give you 5 screws when you only need 4. They give you 4 of those rubber grommets to hold on your motor wires. I think they're almost like the rubber bands that you would use for like braces or something. That's what it kind of reminds me of, but it's a silicone. It's not normal rubber. I'm not sure. But if anybody knows where I can get just those, that would be a great help. Oh my God. Where I could just buy a bunch of those. Because I'm constantly losing them. And then, there we go. Look at this. This, my friends, is the brand new board. When the motors went out, it messed up my board, and not sure exactly what happened, but it was almost like it fried the gyro or something. When my motors finally just said screw you and stop, my Mockingbird here just nosedived straight into a curb, busted the frame. It popped 2 of the motors right out of the frame, and I got it back going and noticed that the motors just weren't working anymore. So I put my gold ones in there, tried to fly it. It was flying, but then it would do this weird jitter, and it would just take off. And then I was constantly fighting it to keep it from turning. And it was like the gyro just got messed up somehow. And I don't know. The bad motors just was way too much of a strain on it, and you know, that's expected, right? So let's see if we can open this thing up. Sorry about hitting the mic there. Hope that wasn't too loud for you guys. Let's see if I can get this open. There we go. So we got a new Goober canopy and an antenna. It's one nice little package. As you can see, it has a whole new hardware kit in there. They say online that you get that you have an optional antenna. You can see, I don't know if you can see that, but a little yellow thing is an antenna. I can already tell you, this is a much stiffer antenna than what I got on mine. The one I got on mine is like a silicone covered wire, and that thing would break off all the time. And yeah. So let's see, what version of board is this? Get some light on this thing. There we go, Revision E. So this is the exact same board as what actually came on this. There was a revision before this that they were selling when you would buy these kits. It was Revision D. And right now, they're supplying you with the exact same board as what would come on a Mockingbird. So I'll tell you right now, one problem to watch out for. I zoom in somehow. Right next to that antenna, the receive antenna, you see I have this black dot right there. That is my video transmitter. That is extremely close to that connection. And right next to it, yep, same way, there's a little resistor right next to it. if you guys ever have to repair that, be extremely careful about soldering this back on. You will end up hitting that resistor, and I'm telling you, it is going to cause some flight problems. It's an extremely tight spot, and there's a couple things to worry about. Like I'm going to be taking this antenna off. As you can see on my Mockingbird here, I have a whole nother antenna that was from when I was trying to rebuild it. The last time when everything went haywire, I'm going to be putting this antenna back on it. I got a little bit more receive out of this thing. I can actually go about a half to 3/4 block farther in all directions, all the way around me, than what I can with this one. The one that comes with the board, the same one that comes with the Mockingbird. My distance is almost double. And you know, like I tell people, and they're all like, "How far do you want to go with a micro drone, a brushless micro, or a brushed micro drone?" And I'm like, man, I want to be able to go at least 5 blocks. Right now I can only cover 3 blocks. That's a block and a half all the way around me. And yeah, still trying to figure that out. I do know on this board, look at the top side here. You can see that if it stays in focus for you guys. Yeah, I'll get some additional light on that. Right in there, right around this little chip right here, there's a little chip. Let me use a different pointer. Right by this center chip, right there, in that center spot, you'll see some goldish connections there. I can wire up Crossfire right to that. I can get Crossfire hooked up on this thing and start running Crossfire, but I found that it's not the receive that I have a problem with. I could probably put a 5 dBi antenna mod on my Taranis and do the 5 blocks that I want to do. It's this video. This video only does 25 milliwatts. I wish this thing was doing like 100. If it was doing that, I'd definitely be able to go to the distance I want. And you know, like some people say, why do you want to fly so far? It's not really that I want to fly that far. I want to be able to make sure I don't lose my video when I go behind a tree or a car drives by or something. I want something that gives me a little bit more penetration. 25 milliwatts is not a lot. So, well, let's get into this and see what we got going on and do this build. So this is going to be a multi-part build. I'm going to try and on this video get this complete thing built for you, and then tomorrow I'll take and go through the programming so we can actually program everything like we need to do. So right here, see if I can turn the beam light back on. Again, if I'm hitting that mic really close to me, I don't have all the gears like Joshua Bardwell or someone. So, anyhow, there's a couple things we want to do to this thing. And get this tuned back in. That looks like a good spot for you guys. Okay, there's a couple things I want to do to this thing. First, I got to take this video transmitter off. This is like a silicone. It's a very nice way that they put this on. I hate having to scrape that off, but there's no way around it. I got to take it off. So all you have to do is just take your fingernail or something, and it peels back. Right? And you can just scrape that right off. And wiggle this, kind of break it loose from there. Pulls right off, just like that. There you go. Nice clean spot. And save this antenna, because if something ever happens, You got a good antenna to put on. We're getting right into this. So, now that we have that apart, screwdriver. Hey, if you notice on the board, you have 3 wires that holds on the camera. You can leave these 3 wires on if you're doing a fresh build, but I'm real partial to my original canopy. I like this canopy. That blue is it's good looking. So I'm gonna pull this one off. But if you take notice, you got the 3 wires. You want the white wire going towards the side. That would have your receive antenna on. That's how you know if you're getting it on right. Now, if you look on the board, once I pull this off, it's actually marked. Camera. Can you see that? It's marked camera, 5 volt, and ground. Camera is your white wire. Make sure you connect that up right, otherwise it'll give you some issues. Now there's nothing wrong with that canopy. If I ever do break my canopy, I have another. Also has a good antenna on it. So this. You got three screws that hold on this canopy. You just undo the 3 fillets. Extremely careful with these screws. These screws like to fly around. Like I told you, we're gonna do a complete build. So what I'm doing is trying to retrieve both my video transmitter antenna and my canopy and camera. Holding on reason. Now, you notice this was my fix. Get that on there. I do the same thing. Scrape that off. Move the antenna around. What I put on there holds on a little bit stronger. You gotta really wrench on this thing because it does not want to go. We're gonna try something new, something that doesn't hold on so hard. There's the old antenna. We just pop that off. Wiring is exactly the same. And there we go. We are done with that frame. This is all I'm saving from it. We got our 3 screws. Right. Get that off of there. 3 screws. Video transmitter antenna. So scrape off everything you can. Make this thing as clean as possible. You do not want to leave a bunch of garbage on there. There we go. Now, I told you guys I was going to do something different with this. Maybe if I back out just a little bit and adjust this thing a little bit more. Get a little bit more viewing area. So when they build these things, look on here. The USB port is right next to the battery port. you know, where you would hold your battery in. And if you look right along there, right along here, you got these two supports for the battery holder, and they go right to the front. I have yet to ever break the back end of this frame, but the front will constantly break. I mean, when they break, your flight controller flies out of the silicone gummy, and next thing you know, your flight controllers loose, both the front motors are loose, everything's loose. That plays hell with the flight controller. This is like the weakest spot of the whole frame. It's the thin, tiny area there. You can see where it breaks. It's just unreal. I know there's newer designs of these, and I was kind of looking into maybe possibly buying one of those and trying those out, because they're way overbuilt compared to this thing. But then you're adding more weight. So I'm like, well, what if I flip this thing around and use these supports on the front? Why does the front break so much? Because that's what I hit when I'm doing a flip, or I'm going through something, slam into a tree, slam into a car, slam into whatever. The cat smacks it. They hit the front. So I'm like, if I put the stronger portion of it up front, it may off-center my battery a little bit. So I'm going to have to do some leveling. But what I gain is a lot more meat there to help hold this together so it doesn't break. At least that's what I'm going to try. And if it works, great. If it doesn't, I got a couple more frames to keep playing around, and I'll let you guys know how things go with that. We're just going to throw that aside. We're done with that. We got our canopy. We got put this one aside too. We got our canopy. We got our antenna. It's time to rock and roll. And now we got our flight controller. What did they give me? You see that, guys? Got a whole nother antenna. Oh my gosh. Now I got an extra antenna. I'm not sure. That's the same kind of, what? Take a closer look at this. Is this? Yeah, it's an antenna. It's a much stronger antenna. But I have a spare. Well, there we go. That is badass. Okay. Oh, look at that thing. Got it on there. So, I don't know. We're going to try it out. We're going to see what's up with this new stuff. So, stick these gummies into the slot. There's like a little slot right there. See that? It just slips right onto the end of the board. Each corner. I can tell you, this may be the same revision, but that is covering a lot more space. They did a revision to this board, made it a little bit longer. Mine was like a half a circle, and it kept popping it out. So maybe this will hold on better. So kudos to NewBeeDrone for continuously looking at this and seeing what they can do to help us pilots out, keep things going, because that's beautiful. Big difference from what I was messing with on the other drone, on my original one. Okay, cool. So if we're using the support end, right, that's going to be our front now. Just stick this in there. No party fouls. We want to make sure that this connection for your USB, right there, that USB connection, that's directly in back, right? Doesn't matter about anything else. That needs to go to the back. I think this sets down right in there. we'll do a test fit with a battery, see if this idea is going to work. So you just slip them right on down. There's 4 little pegs. It slips directly down on top of it. This is for your battery pack. Put that upside down. Grab battery out. Make sure this is going to connect well. Slip this in. I always had to do my last one. Connect that up. Oh, even trying to flash. And this sets it out really good. That's a good spot. Sits out just as far as what it did the other direction. So, and that's what I was kind of figuring. So there we go. There we go. So we got the stronger end of the frame. Gives us a little bit more room for the USB connection. Always found that to be really tight, especially when you're trying to plug in a Betaflight, right? You're trying to plug that in, plug in this, turn it on, connect it out. It's just nuts how we gotta do all of that. But there we go. That's great. I like that. Okay, so we got that connected. Okay. That in the back. Now, almost forgot. Gotta slip this in here. There's no way to slip that through, so you gotta, everything goes on at once. That's the only downfall of running this kind of. I'm running the left-hand clover leaf. You can purchase that straight through NewBeeDrone or Tiny Whoops or whatever you like. All of them sell them. There we go. Nice tight fit. Done. What I like to do is just line this up. Get it right on that board. Nice and flat. Get it lined up on there. Get as I can. Get a little bit of tension. Can you see that? And then take something, just gonna push that in, and you're on. That quick, that easy. It's a very tight fit, and with it sitting in the frame, it sits lower than the frame, so it gets all, everything's in your way. So if you can just line it up in there, push it on, done. No more hassle. That quick. Now, you don't have to re-silicone this. I found that it's better to. So we're gonna try something else out. Yeah, and there we go. This gives you a nice little tiny opening. See that? I don't know. But you want it as close as you can. I've never tried this stuff before, so we're going to give this a shot to see if it'll stick. Now remember, there's already silicone wrapped all the way around it, so you don't need to daub this all over. The last time when I took it apart, that was pure craziness. Yeah, it took everything with it, and so that's why I got all that. You don't want to put a bunch on there, because if it starts touching other things, there is a chance of it conducting. This company here says it doesn't conduct, so that's part of the reason why I want to try it out.
Ready or not?
There we go. I'll give you guys a nice little close-up of that. It takes about an hour or so for it to dry. There we go. That's it. So now, if you have cleanup to do, what I like to do, because it does flow, right? Take this, and get around that. Soak it up now while you can. Don't have to worry about it later. Now we'll push it up against the connection. Clean everything all up. That way you got something that's nice and tight around it, not all over your ear. Take these open. Nothing like a brand new set of motors, right? Now, we have 2 sets of motors here. You have your white and black wires, blue and red. So if we take a look here, you got them looking at the back of the frame. This is the old one. You have blue, white, white, blue. So the matching motors are category or kitty catty of each other, and that's how you want to have it. So if we have that in the back there, you see it's the same kind of design going on, right? Put this in the back, and there you go. Get the same deals going on. So if we was to put a motor in, you'd want to, I'll start off with this one. That's our red and blue. I like to twist these wires out. You don't have to be twisted real tight. Nothing like what you would do probably in your 5-inch quads or whatever. But this keeps everything out, you know, out of the way. You just slip it in the motor mount, so it slips through. Push it all the way down. There you go. So now if we look at this connector, look at the connector, you got 2 sides, right? You want the closer end closest to the back, the high part of that connector on the board. The open end, the part where you can see the pipes, that goes away from the back towards the center of the frame. And just slip that right over top. There you go. Pops on there. And that's your first motor, guys. What is that all about? Alright. Got our twists all nice and rounded up. Take one of these clear washers. Or, I guess motor wire retainers. Just slip that right over top of that. There you go. Holds that down. Then we go to the other back one. We do it with white and black. That's. Look at the back of your quad again. Make sure you're putting it in the right spots. Slip it in. See the wires slip in through the back, right through the hole for the motor mount. And just push them on down. Motor number 2. Same thing. Open part of that connector where you can see the pins going towards the center of the board. That way the flat side is with the high flat side of the connector. It's a real tight fit. Got to get my fingers in there, that's for sure. And once you get it lined up, just pop down. Your motor wires on top of the frame like that. Get another clear motor wire retainer ring. Throw that on there. This just keeps the wires out of the way of that motor. You do not want to cut these wires out. It's unlikely that it would happen. It's not like they flop around all over the place. But it's a good idea to keep those on there. That's why, like I said, if you guys know exactly where I find just those at, I greatly appreciate it. So now, you go to the front motors, right? You already have these up. You just go catty corner across. Do the same thing. Slip the connector through, have it come through the inside hole. Push the motor down in there. I am wrapped around the center peg. I'm going to push this back out some. Get out of there. Okay. So, if you see there's like a little peg that the motor sits on. You don't want to be wrapped around that. You don't want to cause any undue stress on your wires. You just push it down, it should look like that. Same thing, flat, high side of the connector. Same with your pigtail, or your connector on your wires. That goes to the flat side. Where you can see the pegs, goes towards the center. Do not cross those, you will mess up your connectors on the board, and who knows if you can fix that or not. It's not worth the risk. Push that down in there, like so. Got that. On. I think you guys got that by now, right? It's not a hard deal. I think I can call NewBeeDrone up about that yellow antenna. Like, why did they give me an extra antenna? Is this a dummy antenna that's on here right now? I'm sure. Real curious. I mean, it's definitely a metal. It's definitely soldered on. It's like, I don't know, it's a much stronger type of antenna, but why did they give me the other one? I don't know. What's the purpose in soldering on that one thing if you got something better just giving us anyways? So, I don't know. Just noticed something on the board. Like somebody tried to make a solder joint or something. I don't know what's going on there. That on. Sure hope this audio and video is coming out for you guys, that it's not too horrible. And that's our last motor and our last retainer. Okay, guys. There we go. You got a new built drone. Battery. Go in through here. Like so. Like this battery's certain up. Sits like that. Plug it in. I'm gonna get that. Okay. Let's connect that. Throw on some props. Now these are a prop out configuration. All right. So we want to make sure we get a prop out configuration. So this motor be going this way, going clockwise. Line it up. You'll feel these motors, not they just snap on like that. You'll feel it. And there you go, clockwise. And that goes outward. All right. This one here, go the same direction. Remember, both front and rear motors go outward. They do not go inward. There we go. When this spins, going outward, how you would know, you take a look at the prop, there's a high part, that's your leading edge. This big curved part on the front, that's your leading edge. That prop looks chewed. So you want your leading edge to be going the direction outward. Like this one would spin this way, going counterclockwise. Get over here. Feel it snap in place. There we go. One here. It's not the right prop. There we go. I like this one. Go counterclockwise. Right, with that leading edge. This one will go counterclockwise to go outward. There you go. We just got this one on. You are done. One too long. Now you have a nice clean, brand new custom built NewBeeDrone. Now I'm running Mockingbird colors on this one. Go nice and clean. Clean that camera up. Residue or something on there. Other people, if I play with a smile, and it's so easy to just Right antenna. Oh, there we go. I got it. Like I said, just fold that over. It'll stay in place. Make sure the antenna and everything's out of the way. And there we go. Fully built, brand new quad. Plug that in for you guys again so you can see the flash. So yeah, hope this was helpful.